Illinois lawmakers are preparing to push for police reform in response to a summer of social unrest over the police killings of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery.
But behind the scenes, a political power struggle is unfolding as House Speaker Michael Madigan tries to stay in power. Our Capitol Bureau Chief Mark Maxwell has a look back at the first day of the lame duck session in Springfield.
The Illinois House started the process Friday to rein in police, limit no-knock warrants, weaken police unions, and strengthen accountability and oversight for officers who use force. Plus, renewing the long progressive push to end the practice of holding someone in custody if they can't afford to pay bail.
One's wealth is not an accurate indicator of one's threat to a community.
Republicans are reluctant to adopt a number of police reform ideas in the lame duck session.
These are things that sometimes take an entire session to negotiate, or sometimes multiple years to negotiate, and somehow we're trying to get it done in 5 days. I think that's a terrible way to do business.
But Democrats have more than enough votes and more than enough reasons to take action.
For way too long, we've seen young men and women die in our community during unfortunate incidents with law enforcement.
It's a dismantling of the law in the state of Illinois. It's exactly what it is.
I think that's dramatic. I think it's overly dramatic.
House Speaker Michael Madigan prioritized the agenda of the Legislative Black Caucus this summer, a group that endorsed him to remain Speaker.
I think these are games by Mike Madigan to stay in control.
But 19 other House Democrats, mostly from Chicago and the suburbs, say they won't back Madigan any longer.
I think the 19 are pretty firm in their resolve. Obviously, it's 19 individuals who have their own decision-making frameworks and processes, but I think that everyone is pretty firm in their position.
He does not have 60 votes, and hopefully he will step aside or take his name out so that we can have an election of ideas and a selection of a new leader.
We don't have a candidate that we all 19 agree upon. The one thing we agree upon is time for new leadership.
Speaker Madigan made his case to House Democrats Friday night, offering to relax his grip on political power if only they let him stay there. Wednesday will be 50 years to the day that Speaker Madigan was first sworn in as a state representative here in Illinois. And this Wednesday, he may find out whether or not he has the votes to stay in this role. Reporting in Springfield, Mark Maxwell.